Hi Daniel, here is my XB502 scooter, kind of taken apart at the moment. So this is my battery packs. That is 2 sets of 16,000 milliamp hour LiPo packs in there. So approximately 32,000 milliamp hours worth of capacity. They're set up in 2 sets of 20S. And right here is 2 of those 20S dumb BMSs that I like. Anyway, essentially what I've got here is this right here and that right there. That's the plus side of the 2 battery packs coming together into this 6-aught or 4-aught wire rather, which then goes into my contactor, which has a pre-charge resistor on it. And outside here, this little guy right there. Now the contactor is off and only the pre-charge is in play, which makes connecting everything up to power really simple because there's no giant sparks and arcs and stuff. And flip that little guy on. So off, it's in pre-charge. Now it's in full power. Haven't done it yet, but I'll hang a little chain or something off this thing so just in case this thing falls off, I don't like lose it on the road, which would suck. Okay. Anyway, so positive side of the battery goes to the contactor, goes up to here, and then up underneath here, I have a, let me get you on film, there we go, a little distribution block where all power goes to. Oh, I'm sorry, I said 4, those are 6-AUG. And my DC-DC converter wrapped in Kapton, and obviously the HLD in-runner. Anyway, back up here, the negative side coming out of the P- side of the 2 BMSs goes together to right here, and then into the shunt, back out, back up to here, into the distribution block, and then everything gets fed from there, including these 2 little guys right there, which power the motor controller. Notice how they are wrapped in electrical tape so that nothing happens when they touch. Yeah, that's a really good lesson to learn. I've made that mistake. Yeah, this was the snafu that I mentioned that I didn't have all protected. I completely forgot about. All these exposed wires, basically the entire electrical system for the entire scooter is right here. Uncovered, unprotected, open to the weather. Bad idea. And oh, by the way, here is my throttle and enable wires. Same thing. Yuck. Why didn't I ever fix that? I have no idea. I completely forgot about it apparently. You know, this was a test setup or something, which I will commonly do, and, well, left it. Okay, on my motor, so this is an HLD in-runner, 64 kV motor. You'll notice I have this giant glob right here, which is basically the other ends of the phase wires, and then here is the ends that you connect up to your controller. So I was experimenting with Y delta switching, and of course an IP68 for Halls. I was messing with Y delta switching. Essentially, from Y to delta, you get 1.7x more kV going from Y to delta, or from delta to Y, 1.7x less kV. So why do you care about that? Well, kV means how fast the motor runs. So it's kind of a cool way to essentially have an electronic 2-speed transmission. All you need to do is switch the way the phases are hooked together in either Y or delta. And so essentially what you do is you want low-end torque, you're hauling up a steep hill, you just want to get out from a light real quick. Well, flip the switch to Y. You get lots of low-end torque, all that kind of stuff, and then your motor's getting up to speed, you're getting to the kV limit, and then you flip the switch to delta, and all of a sudden, wham, the motor takes off again, and you now have 1.7x more motor RPMs. So it's a brilliant idea, but this HLD really didn't run very well in delta. It only ran well in Y. So anyway, I've basically just bundled all up and left it in here. But that's all ends of the 3 phases sitting right there. Here is my lovely hydraulics. Since I'm going to be overwattering this motor, I've got a blower on it so that water, you can see the holes inside there so the air can get in. I'm not worried about water getting inside the motor. there's nothing in there that's going to matter. You'll get the windings wet, so what? They're all waterproof anyway. You could put the motor underwater and it would run. So, lovely hydraulic. My axle adjusters locked down and set to dead straight, never going to move again. I guess I've probably hit that dead horse a few times now. And, of course, the drive side, same thing. Axle adjuster set and locked down. And my tensioner. And there's a little bit of tension or slop in here, but not enough to matter. Nothing will ever jump off with that little bit of slop. If you get it too tight, you're basically just putting pressure on your motor bearings, making them wear too quickly. So a little bit of slack is a good thing, actually. If this was just totally tight, and I could just barely move it like this, that would be too much. So a little bit of slop in there is your friend. And as you can see, it's very quiet. Just spinning in my hand. Of course, I can't run it up because there's no controller in here, which I'll show you in a second. But anyway, yeah, this chain line is dead straight all the way through. No jiggy-jaggies in there. So looking down the camera, you can see that the sprocket is dead straight with the chain. And going down here, let's see if we can get that on there. Yeah, that's probably not working out so good. There we go. Same thing. See that the chain line is absolutely dead straight in there. Nothing crooked or anything like that. And that is exactly how 219, there we go, you can kind of see down in there. It is dead straight. That's exactly how 219 likes to be. It wants to be dead straight. It is not flex sideways at all. Let's see, what else do I want to show you? I think that's about it. Anyway, when you hear me talking about the XB502, yes, my house is a mess. This is it. So, I have some... Get out of the way. I lost my position on the light. There we go. So anyway, I've got some crappy Chinese LEDs in here. And those are my low beams. And these are my high beams. And I have real live legitimate Cree XPL 70.2s in here, or yeah, XHP 70.2s in there. So these things are bright as fucking hell. I mean, they are super bright, crazy bright. And these are my directionals, and they just got cheapy Chinese LEDs in there, nothing special. And of course, I've got a strip LED here. Can't show you the back end because it's all taken apart. But that's about it.